referrals.com. This is where you get your real financial education. Be sure to subscribe if you want to learn how to hustle, you want to learn how to start a business, and you want to learn how to build generational wealth. We're about to get into this topic because there's been a lot of controversy and there's been a lot of questions. And I think that one, the right questions aren't being asked. And we're gonna have a little chit chat tonight. We're gonna discuss this because when I started doing this, this was just to create a playlist. And I see so many questions and I see so many people who genuinely don't know how this works in terms of rebuilding credit, all the rules, regulations of credit. What's an authorized user? Because I had a question and someone's like, what's an authorized user? And I thought you were automatically an authorized user. And that is not correct. An authorized user is a person who's added to someone else's credit account that's already established. And I was just sitting there like, how many people really don't know how this stuff works? And, you know, I came down out of my head and started like, okay, how many folks don't really know about this stuff? Because, you know, there's so many questions. And today, man, I'm going to show y'all something. I spent, what it's called is the Design Museum. And I spent like almost 4 hours up in that camp. It was crazy. I have so many pictures. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's going to be on the Mag Daddy Instagram, but I'm going to give you a little tease of what was up in there. So that bad boy was up in there. Let's see. I don't know why I can't get it to be like Chris. Oh, there it is. There it is. So that bad boy was up in there. And I learned a lot about design and functional design and stuff because that was one of the places I wanted to hit. And I may not do a live stream tomorrow because I've got some plans, but we'll talk about that a little later. But what we want to discuss now is how many people have a plan for financial success. Just put that in the comments. How many of you have a plan for financial success? What's up, Johnny Walton? Flying cheetah. Oh, that cracks me up. Baruch, what's going on? Aisha Amin with the little emoji. What's up? I'm probably not doing a video tomorrow because there's a lot I got to see. What's up, Leslie? Charlene McKinney. Good. You're welcome, Charlene. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Check out my Instagram over the next few days. You don't have a plan, Davey. Xavier Fox. Yes, sir. You do have a plan? Okay. I am not even, I mean, dude, your screen name just reeks of trolling. I'm blocking you just for GP because that right there, why would you name your channel name something like that? That's crazy. What's up, Conscious? E-Rock, what's going on? What's up, Marie? What's up, TK Media? David. All right, David, what is your plan for financial success? See, you know I was going to ask you that. Marlene Car, how do you plan? We'll talk about that. Dill Pickle, what is your plan, Dill Pickle? Thanks, Souls. Okay, what's your plan? Tasha James, I knew you knew none of what. David, all right, what is your plan, DV? JTD, you don't have one. Roosevelt Davis, sure to do 20 million and above. How are you going to get there? Aisha, I do not have a plan, learning and working on creating one. Okay. I mean, the name just reeked. I just got rid of him immediately because I had a feeling and he dropped something else before I even got rid of him. What's up, Christian? We're not even saying his name. If you don't know, I have a problem with the N word. I have a problem with all of this quote black politics, and I don't have it on my channel. I don't think anyone should be using that version, any version of the word. I don't, but that's just me. I know a lot of people don't agree, but they will not be here. We will not tolerate that stuff. Charlene, I don't have one. I have a goal, no plan. Well, at least you got a goal, Monica. Ricks James, I love that name. What's up? Cody Wassman, I'm forming one. Leslie, I need help with mine. What's up, Tim? Okay, so all right, so what is a plan? It is a written step-by-step action plan on how you're going to achieve a specific financial goal. Let's say you want to make $25,000. How are you going to get there? So the first thing is you're going to write down like, hey, I want to make $25,000. That's going to be the top of your goal. And then the how section is going to be real. So let's say you have a really good job. So I'm going to save $25,000 over a course of 24 months because I'm going to put $1,100 or whatever. 25. Well, let's do it. Let's be factual because someone will come in there. Hey, man, I added it up and, your math is wrong because that's the only value I can bring to this stream. So 25,000 divided by 24. Oh, okay. It's $1,041. So I'm going to save $1,041 per month until I get to 25,000. So that's a goal. That's an action plan. Now, what are you going to do? Let's say you don't have a good job. Well, I'm going to, once again, top of the page, $25,000. And I'm going to hustle on Craigslist. I'm going to start a service business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to knock on doors. Whatever it is, you must have a plan that must be written down on how you're going to achieve these things. And I can tell you, it doesn't have to be overly complicated. I wrote down some stuff I went to do in 2000 and I just wrote it down. And I didn't look at it. And I found that sheet of paper when I was moving and I found out that everything that I had on that sheet of paper, I had did. Now, I didn't have quote an action plan. So just writing down your goal and getting it out of your head and into the universe can be very helpful. Let's see. Before this jumps on me. I have a plan. I have a dream. First step is to write down the goal. Second step is create an action plan. Torrance, I will block you if you play with me on this. Andrea. Instagram is super simple, Andrea. It is super simple. I started a business. Okay, Davey. All right, Torrance. Christian, I need more help. As Steve Connell 13 goals and ideas with no written plan. David Tillery. I have a business that recently started. I don't have any personal debt. Awesome. But I have business debt, which is my van. That's cool. I personally think that any debt that's reasonable, like, a car for your business, and let's say the payment's $300-400 a month. That's great. That's reasonable because you need that car for your business and you're going to pay that note and the car is going to help you make more money. That's perfectly acceptable in my book. I know Dave Ramsey disagrees with me, but that's cool. Once I have a cushion money for my business, then I will put all my profits toward it. For this year, 18 and 2019, you can still write a lot of that off. I don't know what's going to happen with these people in office. Tasha, Gwendolyn, you're helping me so much with your videos. I need to design my life. That's part of it. Dill Pickles, I'm planning to keep flipping more and more. Okay, let's, I'm going to make sure I get all these questions before the next group comes in here. Eric Robbins need help with mine. David Tillery, a house, also have a firefighter job, which pays all my bills. What do you mean a house, David? Are you going to buy a house? You pay cash for your house? What are you going to do? Twin 17, you're funny. On the clock watching your video. Let's see what, thanks. Not taking anything out of the business, plotting it all back in. My kids are co-owners and money flows into their trust. My house is in a trust for my boys too. That is excellent. Thanks, souls. I always have a strategy to win. All right, Roosevelt, what is your strategy? Because see, I'm going to be somewhat tough on y'all because this is where the money's made. Money's not made when doing it, is the money's made in the planning. All right, Torrance, I got a hustle where I make a G in a month. All right, so we're gonna let's see. Don't spend any money other than materials or shipping. Cool, cool. Howard, give a trucking name, all in trucking, have everything in play, making 25 to 3,600 a week. Plan on driving my own truck for 5 years while buying other trucks and hiring more drivers. Now that's a plan. That's a plan, Howard Gilbert. Yes, the plan should be step by step because we're gonna use Torrance. Trump's bear bandana. Trump's reform is not going to happen for at least 2 years if it happens. Because once people understand what's in this tax bill, there may be a revolt. All right. So we're going to use Torrance J playlist. So Torrance is making a G on eBay. So what he's going to do is go through his products. If he has a product mix, let's say he sells 5 or 6 different things, but there's one thing, whenever he gets it, he consistently gets it. So that's like the 20% of his stuff that makes a profit, right? Well, that's like 20% of his stuff that makes 80% of his profit. So what Torrance J playlist is going to do is go all in on those products. He's going to get rid of the losers. So the first thing is like, okay, I make a G per month. Now, what you need is a bigger goal on top of that. A G a month is nice, but what are you doing with it? So you need to say, okay, I have $50,000 in credit card debt. I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to hustle and make 5 G's a month. So you're currently making a G. You're going to like crank that up to where your goal is $5,000 a month. So that's going to force you to re-examine some stuff and make some decisions. So it's like, okay, I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of this. And you're just going to write it down. I need to pay off $50,000 for credit card debt. I'm going to do this by hustling on eBay. I'm going to make $5,000 a month. I currently only make a G. I need to make 4 more. How am I going to make those 4 more G's? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And you're going to look and it's like, well, whenever I sell, let's just call it widget X, it always sells good. It always sells fast. How do I get more widget X? And then you're going to start another chain of setting goals. Where do I get widget X? Who manufactured widget X? Can I buy it wholesale? That's just driving me crazy. So that's how you're going to go through this chain of asking yourself questions and coming up with a solution to those questions, if that makes sense. Because then you can scale up to that 50 grand. And something else is going to happen. Once you start doing this process, more money, because you're asking yourself better questions. What's up, Lamode? Hold on. Charlene, right now I'm selling oils, tasers, plan to add to Shea Brothers movies and music in 2018. All right, Charlene McKinney, you need to focus. You need to, keep doing what you're doing to keep money coming in, but you need to get a better product mix. You need to study your marketplace and figure out what people in your area are buying, because that's going to be, you're all over the place. All right, Dank. Jim Cooper, I've seen some of it, and essentially it is going to screw the average person. Well, number one, interest for a lot of these folks who are doing student loans, you can deduct your interest currently. The new tax bill, that goes away. It is not good for the average person. What's up, Mama Needs Her Wine? T.L. Osborne. T.L. Osborne. I get offer life and health insurance and tax services, but I suck at getting clients. There are people who are making millions of dollars per month selling the same things. One, you got to get yourself a professional lead generation system, and you got to learn how to sell. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this early because a lot of people had a problem early today. And all the links are under the video. I'm not putting them in the stream. For some reason, when I put them in the stream, they do not work. I don't know why. They work for me, but they don't seem to work for other people. All right, so this is what I want you to do. Okay. What the heck is that about? All right, hold on. That was kind of crazy. Let's try this again. Oh, I know what I did. There we go. That was going off into infinity. All right. So what I want you to do, and I want you to do it right now, go to 30 Days to 2,500 original course, because it has sales things and it has some funny little stuff in there that's going to teach you how to become comfortable with people, and it's going to teach you how to set up a professional sales organization. And it is, 150. Make sure that it is 150. All right, I'm already signed in, but I know if it's not 150, someone will tell me, I'm quite sure. But I want you to go under the video and hit that link, the student loan solution, because this is the course for folks who have student loans, who want to make $500 to $2,500 per month on top of their job income, because that's what you need. That's going to be the magic solution, the magic jelly beans. So I want you to do that right now. Go ahead and get it. Do not, and this is something else too. I'm not going to raise the price of this course, and I'm not going to raise the price of the credits course. But I don't know if you're waiting to get paid, I understand. But if you're just kind of like hemming and hawing and on the fence, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're never going to buy the course. You're never going to get started. And this time next year, you're going to be in the same old spot. So if that does not scare you, because no, you're not homeless. No, you're not out there. But when because this is what I think is going to happen. And I'm not going to get overly political, but Trump's goal is to roll back everything that Obama did and to roll back a lot of stuff that other presidents did. And it's going to be a feast for corporations, and it's going to be famine for average people. And if you don't start getting your stuff together right now, you're going to be more average than average, and you are going to get steamrolled. You're not going to, you think you're struggling now? And also we have something else too. And let me come out of here and show you my face. Technology is on fire. Technology is eating the world. There are some of you who have jobs, and in 5 years, your job is going to be done by a piece of software, a piece of automation, or an actual physical robot. This is how fast this is moving. So you can just kind of keep playing around and, not in a lot of pain. And then when you get in this pain, then a lot of the stuff that's in this course is going to be so hard to deploy because so many people are going to be deploying. I'm just saying, because I made a lot of predictions. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to show you one. I am going to show you one. I made this prediction like 7 years ago. Oh, I don't know why. So let's go to my Facebook. Yeah, this is just open session. We'll be answering questions and stuff. And yeah, like my Instagram is going to be lit up tomorrow. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Apparently, yeah, Facebook here. I predicted. Now, I want you to look at these dolls. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. You can go to my Facebook page. It's open. Now, clearly, she looks like a doll. But if you really look, and in 5 years, you're not going to be able to tell her from a real woman. Now, they're outsourcing sex to these things. You think it's not going to happen. You think, oh, who's going to do that? sex is anything that has to do with sex is one of the biggest sellers on the internet. These things will sell. People will have them in shame, but I predicted this was going to happen. People who are doing truck driving, it's not all truck driving is not going to be impacted, but the bigger carriers, once they get these automated machines together, which could be anywhere from 5 to 15 years, let's split the difference like 7, 8 years down the middle. A lot of the average truck drivers are going to be out of a job because that's what they're going to hit first. They're going to hit the newbies. They're going to hit these old over the road, these routes that nobody wants. And if they can get automation to do that, they will have it. And we're talking about maybe 12 million people in the next 25 years losing their jobs. This is real. This is not me playing joke games or trying to scare you into buying a course. This is very, very real. And it is going to get worse. There is no going back. We're not going back. Remember when these people asked for their $15 and they got it, and all of a sudden a lot of these fast food jobs disappeared just like that? This is what's going down. So if you have an urge to start something or to improve your life, you need to act now, not later, not when later. I'm just really trying to emphasize this on you in terms of getting your freedom. Tasha, you're going to have to be more active in that. I have a product mix. Okay. Frank G, what about Amazon fulfillment? Okay, let me tell you what's happening with Amazon fulfillment. I know everybody's like la on it. At first, I was going to do some Amazon for Hustle is the Word course, and I just made a decision. I'm going to use my t-shirt business. If you want this shirt, I'll tell you how to get it later. Amazon is going to be done the same way. This happened, and go to the Amazon. Don't take my word for it. Go to the Amazon boards, and you will find out that there are a lot of sellers who were selling just fine. Their sales are off 30 and 40% in fourth quarter. This is real. So my opinion, which I put out several times and over the years, is that Amazon's going to take your information and then they're going to sell against you. Unless you create a product that they must come to you to get. That's the only way that I would play with Amazon. Any other thing, I would not mess with it. And if you make a product that is not really unique to you, it's just like you took some cheap China stuff and slapped your name on it, they're going to eat your lunch. You're going to have to make a real product. You're going to have to get a trademark. You're going to have to get product liability insurance. That's going to be your only protection on Amazon. I feel that in the next 10 years or less, that it's going to be so hard to start an Amazon business. It will be ridiculous because you can still sign up and you can still buy product and you can still put it on the platform, but it's going to be very, very hard to move that stuff. When I get to Alabama, I will be working with my uncle. Hold on. It just jumped. Hold on. He has a lawn care service business. Since the winter's kicking in Alabama, it seems like he's drying up. What should I do? You should offer to rake up leaves. You should blow leaves. You should have a car wash. You should do more service business. Because the thing is, if you have a seasonal business, you need to have 2 seasonal businesses. All right, good to hear, TNR. Christian, you do? Juwan, we're not talking about that, but I have a whole series of playlists for credit. Because we're talking about the real issue here. Most people's credit goes bad because either A, they're irresponsible, which usually happens when they're young, but you get 25, 27 out your system and it becomes an income issue. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Because the thing is, once you write down your goals, you may realize you don't want that goal because as long as it's in your head and you don't explore all the steps, you may think it's great. And then somehow you get it and you're like, blah. So yeah, rugged collars. Jawan Johnson. Yeah, you got to stop procrastinating, because the thing is, if you don't get started now, you probably won't get started later. Okay, Rick James. It 100% starts with the mindset, Torrance. David Tillery, I will exaggerate 7 to 12 months expenses, including the mortgage. I have at least 20 grand in my savings and at least 10G emergency fund, mainly keeping expenses low until I achieve my financial goals. That's a good way to approach it, because it can be crazy. Let's see. Howard Glenn, I've been trying to purchase your super credit program. Do I just pay on the PayPal and that's it? Well, explain what it means, because you click the link, then it takes you to the PayPal, and it takes you back to the course. Did you have something else? The Wild Jones Report. What's that? Good afternoon. Thank you, Audria. I mean, it is real, Conscious. Really? I didn't know that, Dank Souls. That's interesting. Oh, Tesla is going to be a beast. A lot of people doubted Elon Musk, and they're just like, oh wow. Oh, I mean, I think there will always be a place for drivers to do special loads, special deliveries, but those are going to be the professional drivers. There's going to be the drivers with trucks. They're going to be the seasoned drivers. The new people are going to be obliterated. Sure did. You do need to start, Jawan. So if you were laid off, what would you do to get a job, to start a business? Milton Cox, I actually went through that. I got laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in 18 months. And at the 18th month, and I'll tell you exactly what I did. This story's on here. I'll tell it to you again. I went home and I got laid off, and I was just like, and I remember the guy's like, I probably get you 2 more weeks. And I said, no, don't worry about it. I figured it out, because I was just, something in me had died. I mean, it's like I did a good job. I was salesperson of the week, salesperson of the month, and because I was a temp, and they were like ending their contract with the temp agency, I had to go. And I want you to think about that. I was doing a good job, and they're like, I have to go. Your personal self-esteem takes a hit. It's like, why don't anyone want me? So this thing that's died in me. So I went home and was living in the boarding house at the time. And I just started writing on sheets of paper, taping on the wall. What could I do? I had been studying all this stuff for years, and I never had an opportunity to use it. So I just created an opportunity. I went to monster.com. I figured out 5 different jobs I can do, crafted individual resumes, and I sent them out. And then Rent a Crate called me. I went on the interview. I got the job. So I got laid off, and I still got another job because I knew my skill sets were deficient. So I had to create more skill sets. And I went to Rent a Crate, stayed there 8 months. Then I went to another Panels Systems Unlimited, then Business Environments. And then I've had my own business. So I went through 3 jobs, getting more experience so I can do my own thing. So I did not. And this is why you can't start a business when you get laid off. I know you've heard the hero story. I was sleeping on my friend's sofa, or my mother's basement, or my father's spare bedroom, all that other stuff, right? To become a business owner, there are so many skills that you need that you just will not have the mental capacity to deploy when you laid off. You have no money. You have no support system. It's too much. It's too much. There are businesses where the owner has great credit, education, access to more capital, and they still fail. Typically, the situation with these people is they don't know how to run a business. They have all this other stuff, but they don't know how to sell, because a lot of people like, I'm not going to sell. That's beneath me, right? And then they have a business and it goes out of business. So there's so many skill sets you need to learn to start a business, and you could hustle and start a side business and get those skill sets, but it's going to take some time. And that's the whole thing, because I think one of the reasons that so many people wait so long to do something is they're figuring they're going to get this one magical, mythical moment of a solution. So why put in the hard work now? The solution is going to come, and it never comes. And next thing you know, they're 84 years old in the nursing home, rocking in the chair, wondering what would have happened if they followed their dream. So that's it. I mean, now I think eBay, because I've been selling on eBay. I haven't been making a big deal of it, and I've just been selling stuff on the house. eBay's a little different, and PayPal's different than when I was doing it a long time ago. I believe that eBay is better than Amazon because you have the ability to sell unique products. Now, the problem with unique products is each sale is a one-time sale, so you constantly have to find stuff. But if you are broke Dick Danny, so it's constantly finding stuff, or be broke. Finding stuff is good. I believe so. I really do. Because have you ever noticed that anyone that makes money on Amazon, after 6 months or a year of success, they're instantly selling coaching. They're instantly selling a course. There is a reason why. I personally believe, I have no proof, and I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus, but I have a feeling that most of these cats are making most of their money off of digital sales, and they do enough on Amazon to provide screenshots. That's my opinion. I'm not calling names, but that's what I believe. And until I see something different in the marketplace, I'm going to continue to believe that. Because when I was in the storage auction business, and with my 70 to 85% profit margins, I wasn't telling anybody on how to do anything. We never had $1 million a year, but at an 80% profit margin, 300, 400,000 a piece for me and my partner. And I know a lot of these Amazon folks are not making that kind of money. What's up, James W? Health Before Wealth, copywriting for dollars. Is that's a course? If it's a course, I never heard of it. Baroque, the self-driving rig is for short trips. I think they're going to go coast to coast with that because they're putting that system infrastructure into place right now. What's up, Emperor? Emperor, credit is credit. You have the propensity and the tendency to get in a lot of trouble with business credit because the limits are bigger. And essentially, you need good personal credit. I know a lot of people saying, hey, you can have tore up from the flow up credit and get yourself some great business credit. But I want to ask you this. If your personal credit is jacked and you're not trying to fix it, and you're not trying to learn from your mistakes, how long do you think your business credit is going to stay good? Just a question. Let's see. There is money in gardening. Use Uber, a multi-million-dollar business, and don't own one business, on one vehicle. The Jetsons is here. There's a lot of stuff that's going like that, and there will be more business models like that. Baruch, temp job contracts suck. If the client likes you, they either have to buy your contract for $10K or more, or you can't get a position with a company for a year. Wow. Didn't know. Let's go ahead and put Patty in the mix. Erica, let's just say I know 2 big sellers, and a bunch of sellers got put on hold with PayPal this past month. What do you mean got put on hold? Did their eBay stuff implode? What happened? What's up, Lieutenant Johnson? One got 14,000 put on hold, and the other got 30,000 put on hold. Was this for eBay? Yeah, I mean, this, because the thing is, we are creatures of habit. So if your bad habits got you bad personal credit, it's only a matter of time before your bad habits are going to get you bad business credit. Then what you going to do? You got bad business credit. You got bad personal credit. I mean, I'm teaching you the right way to do this. There are no magic jelly beans. There are no shortcuts, because I want you to be successful. I want you to be long-term successful, because a lot of the stuff out here is appealing to your hindbrain. Oh yeah, you can get it fixed now. Oh, you don't have to work that hard. And that stuff is going to keep you broke and disgusted and poor. Airbnb is great. I don't really use them, but as a business model, it's great. I actually like hotels. I'm in a hotel right now. Dill Pickle, exactly. These Amazon people making 1% profit margins and charging $5 grand recurring training fees. I mean, because whenever you ask them what the net is, they get very upset. And I remember this conversation about 5 years ago, and people were just saying because of the high sell-through rate on Amazon, that 1% and 5% margins was great. And I was like, I was the only one in the thread. And I was like, I totally disagree, because you need to have high margins because conditions are going to change. I will go a little different into publishing. There was this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was just like, this thing with Kindle is going to go on forever. And I said, it's not going to go on forever. No business goes on forever, because for something to go on forever, that means that all market forces must stay the same, and they will never stay the same. Market forces are constantly shifting and moving. So the bottom dropped out of Kindle. Remember when everybody was doing those Kindle courses, and all of a sudden they all stopped at the same time because Kindle changed the rules? Matter of fact, my books on Kindle don't move. And one of the reasons they don't move is because I don't mention them and I don't point traffic there. Why send traffic to Kindle when I can send people to my bookstore and get that $10 sale and not have to split it with anybody? You know? Let's see. What's up, Brian? Thanks. If they're so good at selling on Amazon eBay, why are they giving away their so-called secrets? Because I'm not telling anybody anything. It took me years to figure that out. I mean, that's kind of my point. Erica Williams, freeze on funds. A bunch of screenshots of money freeze. Yes, eBay, and they do FBA Amazon too. I wonder what we're wrong. What do you mean flip? Be more specific. I know copywriting is a business, but I think copywriting is extremely important for your business if you sell anything. It just depends on how you position. Do you have access to a lot of people who need parties planning? People with kids, parties and stuff. Man, can enterprise. You have to have discipline set in place to get your house in order before you can handle business credit. There is no escape from this. I mean, it's really, because the thing is, if you go through the hard work of fixing your personal credit, you're not going to want to go through that, and you're not going to make the same mistakes. I see you start. I did not start a student loan class. Leslie, I actually didn't. I repurposed a course. And what I did was, here's the thing with student loans. It's an income problem. And if you're working 1, 2, 3 jobs, you're capping your income. Accelerate your income. And I actually didn't see that post. I actually did the student loan thing because, or did I see the post? I don't know. But that was actually on my list. But nice try. Yeah, the Kindle mania was crazy, and all of those people stopped at the same time. Business conditions always are changing, and that's a good thing, because everyone's not going to change with them. David Tilley, when I applied for my business vehicle loan, they automatically gave me 25,000 business credit card limit. I guess it's because I had a 778 score. If you have great personal credit right now, you can go out and get American Express business credit card. You can get Chase Inc. You can get all that. You can. Now, you got good credit, but you have no business. You can't use it. And if you use it to start a business and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get in trouble. That's what I see. And then, all these folks, once again, I'm not mentioning names, because I understand people are trying to make money out here, and understand that telling you the truth, like I tell you the truth, doesn't really help. Because if you, as let me find his name, Man Can Enterprises said, if you don't develop the personal discipline and you've got access to 100 grand in business credit, you're going to do something stupid like buy a nice car that does not impact net help. Like, all right, I got a BMW SUV. You know why I got it? Because I plan on moving t-shirts. When I picked up that first load of t-shirts, I used that vehicle to pick them up. So I bought it with a valid business purpose in mind. It's just it's super fast. Okay, so y'all got all this business credit. How much money do your businesses make? I want you to put that in there because part of this issue is someone giving you a credit card with 25,000, 50,000, 100,000. It's an ego boost. It's like, yeah, my credit's good. But can you sell something? Can you close a deal? Can you make some money? Because if you can't do that, you got the business credit. And I would suggest that you don't use it because you don't have no way to pay it back. Uh, Michael Hubbard. I also notice people normally don't talk about Chase as a way to get business credit. Chase Inc. That's a serious card and you get some serious points. What are you talking about? Now, because everyone knows Chase is a bank and a lot of this business credit stuff, because you can create your LLC, you can set it up where you can get quote unsecured cash credit cards, but that's a journey. It ain't gonna happen in 6 months. It's just not. Dill Pickle, I found G. I started storage auctions in '09. My first locker was 35. You can start with $1. You really can. What's up, D Nice? Leslie, when should you ask for an increase on business credit cards? I'm gonna ask you a question. What's your reason for the increase? Because that's what they're gonna ask you. What's your reason? Michael Hubbard. I know someone that got that Chase Inc. with a 650. He banks with Chase. He had money going through the account. He applied. He didn't think he was going to get it. And he got a $25,000 credit limit. Asha, I took your advice because I don't have a lot of money. I started the service business. Yeah, because that's another thing that you have to do. And I'm actually going to find that video because a lot of people act like they can't use the search button. But I'm going to find it for you and I'm going to put it up here because if you are broke Dick Danny, if you're penniless Priscilla, why do you think you have choice? You don't really have choice. And I know a lot of people are caught up in that choice because they will not do certain jobs because they feel that they're beneath them. Let's see. So service business. Right. So hold on a second. So what you can do, and I'm going to show you how to do it because a lot of people act like they can't. To the front of my channel. I hate when it does that. All right, so let's see. Come on, come on. Here we go. So you go here, not there. You go here and you put in service business. That brings up all of these videos because I got people asking me about like how to set up the checking accounts. This is it right here. This is what you need. How to make instant money, start a service business, how to start a service, 1,500 to 2,500 a month in 90 days. That you need. I just showed you how to do it, how to find it, because I just give people, well, it just depends because, we're really busy and I don't have a lot of time to answer questions that can be easily found with a little effort, like 30, 40 seconds of effort. And also, if you can't figure that stuff out, you're probably not going to do well in business. And that's just me being real. All right. So that's funny. I don't know why it's not blocking. All right. So let's go here. Erica Williams, thank you. Please. Got 60K with Lowe's, Sherwin-Williams, Home Depot, only used for painting fences. Folks are wanting unsecured cards. Yep, you got to focus on sales. Well, I mean, I sold something on eBay. I can keep flipping for high margins. I can keep finding the item repeating. What were you doing the solution to pay off your student loan? Go back to what I said in the beginning. Set a goal, whatever you're making now, times it times 5 and push to make that money. Because if you, like Erica Williams said, if you focus on sales, not being cute, not putting up your website, but if you make a dedicated effort to focus on sales, even if you suck at sales right now, if you do that for 6 months, you will be making more money than you know what to do with. Asha, you should get 30 days to 2,500. I ask every year, but I usually don't use the money. I just want the limits to increase. Another thing that's going to happen, and especially if we have another downturn, if you have that card with a high limit and you don't use it, they're going to cram down your limit because you're going to become like a high risk. It's like you got this huge credit limit. You've never used it. Now, I mean, seriously, if you don't use some of these cards, they will cram down your limits. What's up, Darlie? Cover. Wow. Business card, it's not going, if it's a business credit card that has your name and the name of your business on it, it's not going to report to the personal credit bureau. It's going to report to a business credit bureau. And so they report somewhere. And if you default, yeah, because you signed the personal on it. So they're going to come after you. Baruch, you can go ahead and do that search I just did. Rewind the video back and go do that, because I get that question like 30 times a day. I'm using Uber Lyft to help pay off some things affecting my credit. Cool. Awesome. Now, if you want to buy your freedom, you're going to have to be really, really serious about your pursuit of freedom. And I mean, real serious, because if you think that you can change your life on a radical basis, working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, you're seriously deluded. You're going to have to bust for about 2 to 3 years. Yes. I mean, this is the stuff that's very unpopular. No one wants to hear it because it's the truth. But today is the 6th of December. And if you bust from today, and then it's 2020, you're going to start to see some traction. You may even see it sooner. Real good that you made a commitment to make an improvement of your life, because one of the things is this hustler porn. Like you got these folks with these courses, and this is something else I've seen. I've seen people who took the courses and they're in the comments and they're only making 1,000 to 2,000 a month, which is good, but they're not making the same money that the person who created the course. Now, ask yourself, why is that? Because once again, I firmly believe that most of these guys who have Amazon FBA courses are making the majority of their liquid profit from the sale of those courses, not from Amazon. Because if I had a supersonic widget that made me millions of dollars on Amazon, I would not have a course out there talking about it. Now, because I'm out the game, I mean, I am now a digital citizen. I sell information. I do training. You employ me to do that. I have no problem if you find a storage unit, like one of my students. He got a storage unit. He paid like $200 for it, and there was literally $12,000 in scrap gold. I'm not mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm happy. I'm thrilled. But if we're quote all in the same industry and we're quote sharing information, that's a little suspect just to me. Just to me. I mean, it's a little suspect. Uh, okay. Let's see. Pradden, I don't know. I don't know what's that. Young Brandon one. I had a credit card at Capital One, got canceled on me. What do you mean? Did it get canceled? Did they close? Did you owe money? Yeah. Okay. You ran the fund on a credit card from Capital One again. It should. Baruch. Well, you have to be in the personal development. You can't. All right. If you, the way that you are right now, is good enough to get what you want in life, why don't you have it? You got to make changes in who you are. I mean, it's mandatory. You have people like, I'm keeping it real, I'm keeping it the same. You're going to keep it broke. It's just not going to move. Because I'm not talking about your personality. I'm talking about your habits. There's something going on with your habits that is sabotaging you. And unless you change those, they will continue to sabotage you. Oh, okay. Michael, why are you talking about the fault? I don't get it. Chase reports to Dun and Bradstreet. Hold on a second. Block him. There we go. Michael Herbert, I think, like I said, I know someone that had a 650 that got it. Juwan, what you need to do, establish your first stream of income before you establish your multiple streams of income. First, shoddy shot. How should I approach retail? What is your product? What are you selling? I need more information. Okay. So for those of you who want to start a business and start it right, I'm going to put this out here. I want you to go under the video and I want you to get 30 days, 500. It will get you what you need. It will help you because a lot of you don't have sales experience. A lot of you don't have prospecting experience. And that's the things that you're going to have to do if you want to sell to a retail store. That's what you're going to need. Those kind of experiences. So the link is below the video and they work. I know they work. I tested them. I don't know what happens when I post a link. And it's funny how, a little thing like this link not working will stop people. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, to get it, you're going to have to become unstoppable. I had a day where I had to do a return. First, I went to B&H Photo and they was like, no, contact the manufacturer. Then the manufacturer referred me back to B&H from Photo. And then I wrote them back and I said, look, that was my first stop. And, B&H told me, here's the email that you do the returns. And then I got my authorization to return. And then they wanted to charge me a restocking fee. And I wrote back, no, I'm not returning this because I don't like it. I'm returning it because it does not work. Take away the stocking fee, and they took it out. So I essentially sent out 5 emails to get my return. And there will be times where everything you do in your business will be like that. It will feel like you are walking in mud. You will have to put so much effort just to get little stuff done. But that's the done, going through this battle, going through this war. And if you go like fade out because a link don't work, oh well for your future business building endeavors. It doesn't. Because there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to contend with. There's going to be a lot of drama. That's real. And the good side is you buy back your freedom. You get control of your life. You don't have someone sitting there saying, no, you don't have someone sitting there saying, I'm sorry your mother died, but you need to come to work the next day. You don't have those situations. The reason that I quit business environments, I made a lot. That's the most money I ever made on any job. I walked into sales meeting, and then Ken Scott, because he's dead now, said Jim was an owner this weekend. And when he saw me, his face turned red. I was frustrated. I was mad. I wanted to quit. And I was like, okay, so what I'm telling you to do is what I did. I went back to my office after the meeting. The owner of the business, like, you're all right. And I was like, I'm fine. I didn't even get into it because I would have became the angry black man. And then all of a sudden, all the goodwill and stuff would have just went out the window. So I went to my office. I sat there in my desk about 2 hours, just looking at my computer screen, like, I don't believe this. And then I concocted a plan on how to get out. But it's like, okay, well, Ken doesn't want to do these small deals. I'm going to do these small deals. And that's how I got to Nancy. And we just got to close what you got to do until you do better. That's just the reality. And a lot of folks think that they can do these wonderful things and they do them improperly. And then when things fall down on them, upon them, and they're like, well, I was screwed. No, you weren't. You made a bad decision. A very bad decision. And it came back to haunt you. I left on good terms. In case my thing didn't work out and I needed to go back, walk out. Gave my 2 weeks notice. And he's like, well, since we're in sales, okay, we're done. And I moved on. A lot of you are making some very bad decisions. And then when you get snake bit by these bad decisions, then you want to cry, oh, I was screwed or something. No, you made a bad decision. As someone who's made a lot of bad decisions, I know how it goes. Let's see what we got here. I'm doing computer services. You need to learn how to present your stuff. You need to call up the client and figure out if they need your product before you even approach them. Truth. I've gained a new circle of friends to starting businesses. You will change. Your mindset will change. Oh, yeah. Sure thing, Michael Hubbard. So, DR, I have an eviction on credit report for the past 6.5 years. I've tried. Okay, if that's been in your credit report for 6.5 years, it's going to be gone in 2 months. I wouldn't worry about it. Most of them are set where it goes off as 6 months and 6 years and 9 months. Because if that is on your credit report after the time that it's not supposed to, that is an instant $2,500 lawsuit that you would win. Jawan Johnson, yes, it is. All right, Sheila. All right, so let's see. Where are we with the stream? Because I got to go meet some people for drinks. Okay, so that's where we are. So what I'm going to do, and I'm pitching this. Let's see. For those of you who want a T-shirt, I'm going to link up here. The Hustlers Kung Fu, that's going to ship later on this month. Those are not made. You can buy one now if you want, but I'm just telling you the shipping's not going to happen. Now, these will ship out the next day after you order. All of these are in stock. Go ahead and grab them. They're lovely. They look good on you. Matter of fact, I was wearing this one, and everyone, I forgot that I'm an American in London, and I'm still acting the way I act at home. I probably would continue to act that way. So I'm wearing that, and I had a lot of people say, "That's really nice." You know, what is hustle camp? What can I do? The guy who was in customs at he was like, "How can I be down with the hustle camp?" And I said, "Well, for for $999." He sounded like he was interested. I gave him the information, but yeah, this one is going to get you a lot of attention in public. So if you don't like attention, I don't think you should buy that one. I haven't worn this one out. This because it's cold here. If you want a T-shirt, the link is below the video. It's Hustlers Kung Fu Gear. You can get a T-shirt, you can get a hoodie, and Patty will ship these out soon, like the next day, unless it's a weekend. Also, for those of you who want help with sales, want help with building businesses, go ahead and get 30 days to 2,500. Start today. Do not wait, because you get this course. By the time that you get up to the time to buy your LLC, it'll be next year. And, because essentially, for those of you who don't know, most states, everyone's LLCs registration fees are due the first in January. Even if you bought your LLC, even if you create your LLC in December, your new registration fees are due in January. That's just how the state rolls. So all these links is all right. So this is just step one, because I'll probably do this again. Like tomorrow, there probably will not be any streams, because up probably 3 museums, and that's going to be all day. Because just a little. If you come into London, understand it can be time consuming. It's not hard to get around, but it's time consuming to get around, because this city is so congested. It is crazy, crazy congested. So I was going to do a high-speed train to Paris, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to be able to see everything here. So I'm going to see everything that's here. I'm going to do my business, and then I will be back in Atlanta next week. And then we're going to be into some intensives. Also, there's going to be a live training on how to create an LLC December 28th to 29th. And I'll probably put that link up in the next video, because there's enough links here. Well, it just depends. If you need one now, but you're going to have to pay the registration fee again in January, even though you just started, it doesn't go year to year. It's just everyone resets on January. All right. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to get your appropriate courses that you need, and leave a comment. And also give me your phone number so you don't miss any of these live streams. Either.